Hello guys, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. So let us start now.
Sure, sir.
Okay, so before I do proceed further, just tell me if you have any issue till the VPN topics that we have covered in past 2 days.
No, it's fine.
Okay. So you don't have any questions or doubts related to that?
Yes, sir. Don't have.
Okay. Okay then. So today we are going to learn about ADVPN, okay? So let me start sharing my screen. Okay. So my screen is visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so today we are going to learn about ADVPN concept. Okay, here the AD terms stands for, D stands for discovery and A stands for auto. Okay, so auto discovery VPN, that is what the ADVPN is. It is nothing but hub and spoke. Okay. So let's say this is my hub, this is my spoke 1, and this is my spoke 2. Okay, now I will form the VPN with this hub, right? Site to site VPN, correct? This branch will also form the VPN with this site to site, correct? Similarly, if I have the others as well, let's say for example, I have one more VPN, branch, which is hosted in here. So let's say for example, this is a spoke 2, sorry, a spoke 3. Okay, so now one tunnel is formed between this, right, site to site, correct? So we can form, it's like simple. If I think with reference to a spoke 3, I am forming VPN between two site to sites, right? Correct? Point A to point B, like what we learned, correct?
Yes, correct, sir.
Yeah, but this firewall, let's say for example, this is point A. So this point A is forming the VPN with a spoke 1, a spoke 2, as well as a spoke 3, right? So it is forming multiple VPNs. It can form that, not an issue. Let's say for an example, I have, this is my port 1. This is my port 2. This is my port 3. Okay. I can have like this, correct? For each port, I am forming a different VPN. This is fine. Now, let's say so this is my hub, point A. This is my spoke 1. I'm using the term spoke, okay? You can call it any branch, okay? This is a branch, okay? Branch 1, branch 2, like that, okay? Okay, so now firewall A is forming the VPN on a single port, right? On a single port, I am forming multiple VPNs. Okay, I can also form in this way. So for that, what I have to do? That means here, on this, let's say for example, this is WAN port. So on this, what type of VPN I am going to configure? Dial-up VPN,
Okay, dial-up VPN.
correct? So that multiple clients can form VPN with me. If I see with reference to my hub, these are clients, right? These are clients,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
So that means here I have to form dial-up VPN. But what I will form here? But what kind of VPN I have to form in these? Tell me please.
Step.
Site to site.
Okay, site to site.
Okay, why site to site?
Because you want to connect to only single sites. Like
No,
you,
because
you,
I
you
know whom I have to talk to.
okay.
Okay, I know the destination IP. That's why I'm going to configure site to site VPN. That is IPsec VPN, right? A static IP, and like remote gateway is going to be a static, and there I will be using it the hub WAN IP, right?
Correct, sir. Correct, sir.
So, but when you see with reference to the hub is WAN. So WAN IP is like there. Okay, fine. But this VPN will be used to form multiple it's like connections, maybe with some PC, maybe with some branches, right? So that's why I'm going to use dial-up VPN, right? That anyone can come to me. I'm not giving the remote gateway. I'm not fixing the remote gateway. Okay.
Okay, sir. What happened? We have configured the suppose that we have configured the WAN IP in single port in hub. I'm talking about the hub.
Mhm.
But how to form the IPsec VPN? Because actually we will connect to multiple spoke routers, spoke
Mhm.
firewalls. But single IP, so how it is possible? How like form the IPsec VPN?
Okay.
If like same time both my spoke router will send the packet, it is a possible. We can configure the license, no? Then that time.
See, the VPN which you formed yesterday is still up. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So this VPN was actually what? Site to site, because
Site.
we know whom we have to talk to, right? Where is my remote
Yes,
gateway? I know that, and I know what is the IP of that remote gateway. That's why I assigned a static IP address, correct?
correct.
If I'm not sure, what I'm going to assign? Dial-up.
Okay. Okay.
What I'm going to assign?
Dial up.
Dial-up.
Dial up user.
So if I assign dial-up, do you see any that it is asking you to give the remote gateway IP,
No. They're asking about the
right?
interface.
Nothing,
Yes.
right? It is saying that I will accept the connection on port 2, okay?
Okay.
But the point is you have to validate that. Who are you? Okay, so I will validate it with reference to the ID payload, okay, or pre-shared key and everything that is still same, okay?
Okay. Yes, sir.
So that is how you can configure dial-up VPN on the hub. Got it?
Got it, sir.
Okay. So, okay, so fine. See, it's like if I want to form the VPN with reference to this, okay, so this is fine, okay, not an issue, okay. But and it's a good thing if you see what is the difference between these two figures. What was the difference between these two figures? Here I had to configure multiple VPNs, right? One VPN for port 1, one VPN for port 2, one VPN for port 3, correct?
Correct, sir.
Here only one VPN is needed, dial-up VPN, right?
Right, sir.
Okay, so it's like it will allow you to manage your VPNs more efficiently. Okay,
Correct.
you do not need to configure multiple VPNs. Let's say, for example, you have 100 branches. Okay, let's
Okay.
take the example of Domino's. We all love pizzas, right? So Domino's has how many outlets? They have many outlets, right? Throughout these cities.
Correct,
It's
sir.
not only about the cities, it is about the estates, throughout the districts, right? They
Right,
are
sir.
they are taking the real-time orders, placing the orders, sending it out. So they have a certain timeline, right? So that means continuous flow of data, right? So there would be one central hub, and let's say there are 3,000 branches, 3,000 sites, which is handling all the outlets. So that means 3,000 firewalls endpoint, right?
Sir.
All will try to form the VPN. Now imagine you are the network engineer of Domino's, and that Domino's asks you to form 3,000 VPNs. That is a big task, right?
Correct, sir.
Rather than I will create a dial-up VPN on the hub, and on every branches I will simply say that, okay, come to me because my IP is there, or even if I'm not having this static IP, I will tell you come to this domain name, right? Dynamic DNS, correct?
Yes, sir.
So that's an easy way.
Correct, sir. It's an easy way.
Okay, so hub and spoke gives you the scalability to handle large VPNs. Okay, you can easily manage that. Okay, but there are certain issues as well. What is the challenge? The challenge is, let's say for an example, the first branch, and this is, let's say, 3,000 branch. Okay, this is the branch number 3,000. This is the first branch. Now, if first branch has to go to the 3,000 branch, it has to go through the hub,
Correct.
then towards the 3,000 branch, right?
Right.
Let's say, for example, this is in J&K, or let's say, for example, this is in Japan. Okay, and let's say this is in Germany. So that means the distance is long.
Yes, sir.
What if your hub is in India, right? So from Japan it will come to India, then from India it is going to the Germany, correct?
Correct, sir.
So what will happen? You will see that the communication flow between the spoke to spoke is slightly slow, and you are seeing latency, okay, high latency because of the distance. Okay,
Okay.
it is not because of the VPN issue. The point is distance. Longer the distance, of course, it is like going to take some time to travel, right?
Yes, sir.
So that is what it was like. That's one major challenge into this.
And
Okay?
yes, sir. Do you even think, suppose that my hub firewall, when IP goes down, then what will your
Yes.
alternate IP?
Yes.
We cannot form the like immediately the VPN.
Yeah. So one more challenge is one more major risk in this is also one thing. For an example, let's say this one link is down on the hub.
Correct.
Then what will happen? All the VPNs will went down.
Correct.
All these will be down, right?
Right.
So that means you will have a complete outage. Complete outage throughout the globe. If you have a globe presence, then entire network is down, right?
Right.
So see, these are the major challenges, okay? It's fine that I can manage all the VPNs with reference to a single point. But what if that point is it's down? After all, it is depending upon a lease line, right?
Correct, sir.
Sort of an
Yes.
ISP. What if that optical fiber is broken or something bad has happened? Okay, and anything. It's a device and anything bad can happen at any time. So it's like if that happens, all your VPNs are down. So what is the work around that? Okay, I am not willing to configure 3000 VPNs on a single hub. Okay, I have to get that. So see, these challenges can be overcome. How? Let's say for example, I have a firewall, FortiGate. Okay, and now here, let's say I will tell the spokes. Okay, spoke 1, spoke 2, spoke 3. That okay, come to me, right? Come to this point. I will also have one more. I will have one more ISP link, right? And on that also I will tell them that okay, you can come on this as well.
We can
What
select
will
a multiple port at the same time. No? So when we are forming the neighbor, we're like creating the VPN, IPsec VPN, we can select the multiple port. Suppose that we have multiple IP address, one IP address. In hub, I'm talking about the hub.
say in the hub, just think it as if, what if I have one WAN link, one WAN port, okay? And that link is down, then my internet is down. But if I have two ISP link connected,
Okay.
then even if this is down, this will take the traffic, right? The traffic can go
Correct.
to this.
Correct.
So that
Correct.
means I will not have the internet outage. What is this called? This is called redundancy.
Redundancy.
Same,
Yes.
same concept. Okay. I will not be dependent upon a single port, single WAN to like form the VPN. I will have two ISPs. Since I have two ISPs, so I will tell the branches that, okay, you can form the VPN with this port as well as with this port.
Correct,
Got
sir.
it?
Yes, got it.
So here it is an easy task for me. I will simply say that with the VPN 1, the traffic should be going as in primary, and with the VPN 2, the traffic should be going as in secondary, right? It's like I will make this as a standby and this as an active primary.
Yeah,
That
sir.
we can do with the reference to the AD value or maybe the priority,
Okay.
right?
Right, sir.
So that's an easy part. I'm not concerned for that. So that means anyhow, if I have such a critical network, so I'm not going to be dependent upon a single ISP. Anyhow, I'm going to have two ISPs. So that means I can have VPNs formed into that. So the first challenge is completed, that what if the WAN link is down? Then not an issue. The like traffic will go through the VPN which is formed on the WAN 2. Okay, that's fine. But what about the next challenge, which was the distance, latency.
Correct, sir.
If I'm
Latency.
trying to reach from Japan to Germany, I have to go via Japan to the hub and then hub to the Germany. Okay.
Yes.
That's a very long distance, and due to which I'm seeing this slowness. My communication between Japan to India is fine. Germany to India is fine, but from Japan towards Germany, that is slow. Getting the point?
Yes. Yes. Getting the point, sir.
Okay. So now to overcome that challenge, what we can do? Say, what we can do is, instead of sending the traffic towards the hub, spoke 1 is going to send the traffic to the spoke 2, or towards spoke 1 will send the traffic towards spoke 3 directly. Okay. Similarly, the spoke 2 will send the traffic towards spoke 1, and spoke 2 can also send the traffic towards spoke 3. Got it?
Yes. Like suppose that traffic is like a hello are sending, then follow the one by one. Correct.
Not one by one. See, what it means that it will form a shortcut tunnel, shortcut path. This is shortcut. See, instead of following the path as in going from spoke 1 to the hub, then hub
Correct.
to the spoke 3, right? This is a
Right.
long path. So I will form a
Right.
shortcut
Okay.
directly to this spoke 3. Okay, and
Okay.
how I will do that?
Yes.
Do it require me to because after all we are talking about the VPN. So this is also a VPN.
Correct.
Okay, this is also a VPN. So
Yes.
what kind of shortcut this is called? This is called shortcut VPN.
Okay. Shortcut.
Okay.
VPN.
Yes, shortcut
Yes. Got
VPN
it.
is the term for that. Okay, so shortcut VPN. So I'm forming a shortcut path from spoke 1 to spoke 3. Okay, so do I need to configure a new VPN on the spoke 1 towards spoke 3? No, you do not need to. Okay,
Okay.
when the configuration is done with reference to the hub and spoke based scenarios, okay,
Okay. Okay.
there is a concept called auto discovery. Auto discovery. Okay. In this, what happens is there are some exchange of the packets will happen. Okay. Which will tell the spoke 1 that look, do not come to me. Hub will tell to a spoke 1 that listen, why you are coming to me? Simply directly go and talk to the spoke 3. Okay. Okay. So shortcut query and shortcut response, those are the messages that will be exchanged. I'm going to explain that. Okay, but just know that mess like hub will tell the spoke 1 that do not come to me. Instead, directly go to the spoke 3. Okay.
Okay.
And it will say the spoke 3 as well that look, do not come to me. If you want to talk to a spoke 1, directly talk to a spoke 1. So then spoke 1 will send the request to spoke 3, spoke 3 will respond, and they will form the tunnel between each other. Spoke 1 and spoke 3. That's why we call it as a shortcut tunnel. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So this is the feature of ADVPN.
Okay.
And now you know why the term AD, because how that shortcut is formed, that is dependent upon auto discovery feature.
Okay.
Okay. So that
Yes.
means spoke 1 has automatically discovered about the other spoke, right?
Spoke. Correct.
Yes. So you have not configured any sort of an VPN. You have not told spoke 1 that there is one more spoke and the other spoke. You have not told anything. It is able to discover it automatically. Okay. That's why it is called auto discovery VPN. Okay.
Okay.
But
Sir.
finally it is hub and spoke. Okay. In Cisco, you will call it as an DMVPN. Dynamic multi VPN. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So the names are different. The concept is same.
Okay. DMVPN.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So once I form the shortcut tunnel, so coming back to our example. So now if Japan will talk directly to the Germany, then it will have comparatively faster rate of traffic as compared to this path.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Right.
So that is how the it's like answer to the next challenge was, okay, that we have to form a shortcut tunnel, okay, between the spokes, okay. So see, every configuration remains same. I'm again repeating, every configuration with reference to the IPsec VPN remains same. There is only one thing, that is auto discovery. Okay.
Okay,
So
sir.
now you have to only enable auto discovery. Until unless you do not enable that auto discovery option, it will not allow you to form the shortcut tunnel. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Now I will show you that as well. Just give me a moment. Okay. Okay, let me do this. Okay. So let's say try to understand this flow. Okay. If you do not understand this flow, it will be very, very hard to troubleshoot ADVPN. Okay.
Okay, sir.
I'm trying to explain it with reference to a simple diagram. Okay. Actually, okay. If I form like this, you will feel it something else. So I will not do that. Okay, so see, I'm just talking about this one, okay? This part, okay? This is same hub and spoke, okay?
Okay.
So from here, okay? Getting the view?
Yes, sir.
Forming it on a single port, okay? This is my single port, okay? So the VPN has been formed. Just think it as if I have expressed it, okay? Now, see the exchange of the flow. Okay, so first, what will happen? It's like I have to form the IPsec VPN right here. So I'm going to configure site to site here, right? Here
Yes.
I am going to configure site to site, and here I am going to configure
Side
dial-up.
to side. Acha, sir.
Dial-up.
Yes, 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 sir. Hello.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Here if I would have formed the VPN like this to this and this to this, then I would have configured site to site here and site to site here, right? But I'm forming the VPN on a single port with multiple branches. So that means that this has to be dial-up. Okay. Okay.
Correct.
Okay. Now see the flow. So once the site to site is like we are trying to form, so I'm not going to repeat that, but we all know that phase 1 will be negotiated, all those 6 packets, right? And then the phase 2 quick mode, that will be negotiated, right? And they will form the VPN, correct?
Correct.
So now the VPN is found between this to this, and one VPN is found between this to this, correct? Simple normal exchange that we learned yesterday and day before. This is the same, okay? Phase and phase 2 negotiation. So both the VPNs are up, okay? So now
Yes.
we are talking about shortcut tunnels, ADVPN. What is changed? Like I told you, everything will remain same. Okay, so now how will the spoke one automatically discovers that there is another branch, or I can reach the next branch directly? How it discovers? Okay, say the client, which is let's say for an example here, yeah, let me draw a PC. So let's say for example, this is client A, okay, and here I have one more PC. This is client B, okay. These are my PCs. So finally, what I'm trying to do over the VPN, I want to reach from client A to client B, correct?
Yes, sir.
So for an example, let's say here I have client, it's like a PC called client C. So what, sorry, so client C. So what will happen? If I have to reach from client A to client C, so I have a VPN, I can simply send the traffic directly and I will receive a reply. If client C wants to reach to the client B, he can send the traffic and he can receive the reply, correct?
Correct.
So that's not an issue. Okay, it's fine. But what if I want to have connectivity between my two branches? Okay, that is a spoke one and a spoke two, and they are not talking to each other directly. There is no VPN configuration. I even do not know where that spoke one or spoke two is. Okay, so now if client A has to send the traffic, what it will do? Spoke one will send the traffic to the hub, correct?
Yes.
So that means here I am going to send an encrypt data. Of course, I am going to send an encrypt data,
Yes, sir.
right? That
Right.
that client A wants to reach to client B, right?
Right.
Because it's a VPN traffic. Phase 2 is always encrypted. Okay, I'm going to send that now. I'm drawing a boundary line here so that we can follow up. Okay, so I have sent the encrypted data. What the hub will do that, okay, you want to reach client B. I know how to reach client B because it has also formed the VPN with reference to that, right? So I might have entered the route in here for the hub. So I will say that, okay, I will forward this data. I will simply forward the encrypted data, correct? Which says that client A wants to reach to client B.
Correct.
Correct. Now, what will happen? This will, now your spoke will then try to send that decrypt data to the PC, right? It will decrypt the data and it will send it to the PC, right?
Yeah, right.
Okay. Now, see, this is one flow. Okay. Okay. Now
Okay.
what will happen is your hub will say that, okay, I know spoke 1 and I also know spoke 2. I know that CA client PCA is behind spoke 1 and client PCB is on the spoke 2 side, right? He knows that. And since you asked him to transfer the packet to the client B, he will say that, okay, look, do not come to me. I will give you his address, okay? Just like simply send the packet to that person itself. Got it?
Yeah, got it.
Okay, so it's like same thing. For an example, let's say I know Ramesh and I also know Miss like Mahesh. Okay, so if like Mahesh wants to send some message to Ramesh, he's always talking to me that, hey bro, you like know Mahesh, so just like pass on this information, right? Mahesh is also saying me that, look, man, you know Rakesh, whom's like send this message to him, right? So what I will do is that, see, I know Mahesh and I know Ramesh. So I will tell Mahesh that, look, this is the number of Rakesh, simply like send him the message directly, right? And I will say Rakesh that, look, this is the number of Mahesh, simply talk to Mahesh directly, right?
Right.
Got it? That's shortcut. Okay. So hub is going to do now the same thing. Now, since you have sent him the packet, so what it is going to do is it will generate a, it is going to generate a shortcut offer. After all, it is going to send, see, the name is itself clear. We are going to, what he's saying, hub is going to say that, look, this is the number of spoke to, okay? This is the address of spoke to. You can simply form the connection directly to him. So I am going to offer him. Hub is going to send you the shortcut offer. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Any doubt in here?
No, sir.
Okay. So now what is going to happen? Then spoke one will say that, okay, look, you have told me that I can talk to spoke to. Got it? So now I will generate a shortcut query. Okay. Now this shortcut query will be forwarded. Hub will forward the shortcut query. Getting the point? Okay, towards spoke to. Okay. Now, see, it is like this. For an example, I have given Ramesh that, okay, see, this is the number of it's like Mahesh, okay, talk to him directly. Okay, this is my offer. It's like I have sent you something. Now what you are going to do, you are like going to call and like you are like is strictly going to transfer the information, or like you are going to say that, hello, are you Mahesh, right? You will query that,
Okay.
and you are expecting a response. Shortcut reply, right? That yes, I am Mahesh. Got it?
Yes, sir. Got it.
So this shortcut reply is sent to hub itself. Now this hub will do what? He will forward that. He will forward shortcut reply, okay, towards spoke one. Got it? Once, as soon as it has received the reply, what it is going to do is, then they will form
VPN.
yes, shortcut VPN or tunnel. Got it? Now when they are trying to send the data, so now the data will be sent directly. It's like the encrypted data that I want to reach from CA to CAB, that will be sent directly towards spoke. Got it? Now the hub will not take care of that. Getting the point?
Yes, sir. Getting the
So
point.
the exchange of what? See, this is very easy. Exchange is happening for what? Shortcut offer. Hub will generate the shortcut offer. Until unless hub will not give you the offer, you cannot generate shortcut query. Okay.
Okay.
Once you generate the shortcut query, you must receive the reply, right? You must receive the reply. If you do not receive the reply, you cannot form the VPN.
Shortcut VPN through spoke one to
Yes,
spoke
between
two.
the spoke to spoke. So see, the questions or like issues that will be coming is, the scenario is hub and a spoke. Okay, site to site VPN between spoke 1 towards hub is up. The site to site VPN between spoke 2 and the hub is up, but the shortcut tunnel is not forming between spoke 1 and spoke 2. So what is the thing that you are going to check in the IKE debug? That whether hub is generating the offer or not,
Okay.
right?
Right.
Whether the hub is generating the offer or not. If I will take the IKE debug, I told you in the IPsec, you only have a single debug that is called IKE debug. Okay. There is no other debug. Everything is processed on the IKE protocol, IKE process going on. Okay.
Yes.
So IKE debug, in that I will see that, okay, fine, phase 1, phase 2 negotiated. Okay, that's fine. So that is from spoke 1 to hub. Okay, good. Am I getting the shortcut offer? Or is the hub generating the shortcut offer? If yes, have I sent the shortcut query? If yes, am I getting the shortcut reply? If yes, the VPN will and must be formed. Shortcut VPN. Getting the point?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
This is a very small exchange. Okay, this is how they form the shortcuts. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, actually, I want to ask one question.
Yes,
Like,
please.
uh, uh, if I'm sending again packet, like my connections got
Okay.
broken, like spoke one to spoke two, again they will generate the such kind of packet, like for the shortcut.
See,
Uh,
what will
yes.
happen is, see, that is why I started with reference to data. Okay. Hub, why did the hub did not send the offer packet to spoke to? Because the data was initiated from your side, is spoke 1.
Yes.
Okay. When you initiated the data willing to talk to a spoke to, you were not sure. Okay.
Yes.
Someone has told you that, hey, if you want to reach PC CB, system CB, just like send that traffic over the VPN. Someone has told you. You are not sure. The engineer sitting on the spoke 1 is not sure where the PCCB is. He is thinking that over the VPN I am sending it. So that means PCCB is on the hub, right?
Okay.
So you are not sure, but the hub knows that, okay, CB is on the other branch because hub is talking to you as well as to the other branch as well, right? So it's the responsibility of the hub to give you the offer that, look, you can simply directly talk to spoke to if you want to reach traffic for that. Getting the point?
Okay. Yes, sir. Getting the point.
As soon as it gives you the offer, what you are going to do, you are going to do a query that, hello, are you really a spoke to? Then a spoke to will say, yes, I am. Right? And then you will immediately form the VPN.
Okay.
See, networking, you know what? Networking is very easy when you will relate the concept with real time. It's like, it's like how we actually behave in like our society, between friends, between bosses. It's like how actually as a human we like act, behave. Networking is exactly the same thing. Okay. They also act in the same way. That is how the handshake and everything, trust is everything is, the core is trust. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So if you think like that, you will be able to understand. You will never it's like confused. It's like what is sent from where, who is sending the shortcut, it's like offer, whether it will be sent from the spoke or it is going to be sent from the shortcut query. You will like never be confused. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is the only thing that happens into the ADVPN, and that's why it is called ADVPN in FortiGate, auto discovery. Okay. Now how the hub will generate shortcut offer and when it will generate the shortcut offer, that option we are going to see. Okay. Okay. Where is that? See here in the phase one, it's like in the initial settings under this advanced. Do you see this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I told you that's auto discovery, right? Now here you
Already
see
sorry.
two options, sender and receiver, right? So
Right.
now, do I have to enable sender or receiver or both? That's the confusion, right? That's the question. Do I have
Correct.
to enable sender and receiver both, or I have to enable only sender or either receiver, right? See, if you have understood my flow, if you have understood my flow with reference to ADVPN, auto discovery process, who is the sender?
Spoke one.
Who is the it's like initiating the process for the shortcut? Who is the
Hub.
sender? Hub.
Hub
Hub
is
is
the.
sending the packet, right?
Yes, correct, sir.
So that means on hub, sender should be enabled. Okay.
Okay.
On spoke, when it is sending the auto discovery packet, which is shortcut offer, spoke should be able to receive it, right?
Right, sir.
So that means if I am doing the configuration on a spoke, then I have to only enable receiver. I do not have to enable sender. Okay.
Okay. It would be enabled on the spoke router, spoke firewall, sir. But
Yes. On
okay.
hub, you will only
Enable.
be enabling sender.
Okay.
Okay.
Got.
So if
Yes.
so let's say for example, I have got the access of hub firewall. I know that this is a hub. So I will only enable auto discovery sender.
Correct.
Okay. If I
Yes.
have to configure a spoke firewall, I know that this is going to act as an spoke. This is a branch firewall. Then I will only enable receiver. Getting the point?
Yes, sir. Getting the point.
So that's why I told you, if you understand this concept of the flow, shortcut offer, shortcut query, and shortcut reply, you will not be, it's like you will not ever confuse what to configure where. Okay. So
Yes.
now, if this firewall is acting as a hub, I will enable sender. If my firewall is acting as an spoke, I will enable receiver. Okay.
Got it. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now, this is the only setting which once you enable, it will form the ADVPN. Rest all thing remain same. Getting the point?
Yes, sir. Getting.
Just think for a moment with reference to this flow, and please let me know if you have any doubt or concern. Okay. Fine.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So
Everything fine.
now, as I told you, since this is an IPsec VPN after all, so every commands, that is, if you want to do the debug, you will use diagnostic debug application IKE-1. Okay. If you want to take and the ESP packets, IKE packets, everything command, the get VPN, IKE tunnel, sorry, IKE gateway, and then the name. If you want to see the phase one, if you want to see the phase two information, the command is get VPN tunnel name and then the name of the phase two. Okay, then it will show you the phase two information. So every command remains same, what we discussed yesterday. Okay. The only difference with the ADVPN is where you will enable auto discovery sender and auto discovery receiver. Okay.
Yes, I got it. The point.
Okay. Fine. So we are almost wrapping up the IPsec VPN now. There is one small thing, net device. Okay. This option is only configurable when you are into the CLI. Okay, command line. What is the command? Okay, config VPN IPsec phase one interface, and there the VPN that we have configured, you will see it. Okay, see here, net device. Okay, net device. Okay, so what will happen when you will enable this option, net device? What will happen when you will enable this option? See, when you will enable this option, and mostly this will be enabled on the hub, okay, or if I will say in a layman language, it will be enabled on the firewall on which you have configured dial-up VPN or remote based VPN. Got it? Where you will enable net device on which you have configured dial-up VPN.
Jara.
Why?
Yes.
Why? Because what the net device will do is, let's say for an example, so this is hub, this is a spoke 1 and this is a spoke 2. Now, so let's say for an example here, the VPN name is, let's say hub dial up. Got it? This is my VPN name, hub dial up. Okay. Here, my VPN name is, let's say for example, my VPN name is spoke 1 site to site. Here my VPN name is spoke 2 site to site. Okay, these are my VPN name. Got it?
Yes, I got it.
Okay, now the question is, let's say for example, here I have network 20.1/24. Here I have network 10.1/24. And here I have network 30.1/24, right? So
Right.
when I will try to reach 10.1, let's say for example, here what I will say that if you want to reach 30.1, send via site 1, site to site, right? This is my VPN. Here what I'm going to do that, okay, if you want to reach 30.1, send via spoke to site, right? VPN. This is my outgoing interface, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Now think of hub. Okay. Now hub, if I will say here that, okay, if you want to reach 10.1/24, go via hub dial-up, correct?
Correct. Dial-up VPN.
Okay. Now if I will say that if you want to reach 20.1/24, go via hub dial-up, correct?
Correct.
Does it not confuse this hub? Which tunnel you want me to send to? This tunnel or this tunnel? Because both are same. Getting the point? Both are same. So where I have to send? Tell me please. This is a wide question, right? I'm not getting any response. I'm not sure. Right? Are you there with me still?
Yes, sir.
Are you still with me?
Yeah.
Okay, so are you like getting my question here? What I am trying to ask?
No,
Yeah.
can you repeat?
Do you want me to repeat that again?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, please. Yes, sir. Please repeat again.
Okay, okay. See here. So I have hub. Okay, I have hub. I have a spoke 1. I have a spoke 2 firewall. Okay. Now my network. This is my LAN 10.1/24 on the spoke 1. My spoke 2 is having 20.1/24. My hub is having 30.1/24. I have formed a VPN. Correct? Now on the hub, my VPN name is hub dial up. Okay. On the spoke 1, my VPN name is site 1 site 2, spoke 1 site 2 site. On this firewall, my VPN name is spoke 2 site to site. Got it?
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
if I am going to create a routing entry, So I want to reach 30.1. I have given that if you want to reach that if you want to reach 30.1, go via spoke 1 site to site VPN. I have to create the route, right?
Yeah.
Similarly, I'm creating a route here as well on the spoke 2 that if you want to go to the 30.1 network, go via site to site, right? Is spoke to site, correct?
Correct.
Correct.
Okay. On the hub, I am going to create a routing table. I am saying my first entry is that if you want to reach 10.1 subnet, go via hub dialup, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, correct.
I'm saying 20.1 network is also reachable through the hub dialup, correct?
Correct, sir.
Okay, but when I say hub dialup, hub will have a question, where? Here or here? Because the name is same. Are you telling me to reach on the spoke 2 or you are asking me to reach on the spoke 1? Which branch? Right? On the spoke you don't have any concern because there is only one VPN. So you can send it from this. On the spoke 2 also it knows that okay, I have to go out from this, right? But on the hub you have two VPNs and both are with the same name. Correct? Because
Correct.
here we are forming dial-up VPN, right? So I need to configure only one VPN, correct?
Correct, sir.
All will come to join me, right? So, but as per my static route, like routes here, this is going to create a conflict where I have to send it on the spoke 1 or the spoke 2 VPN, right?
They will think about the like key or authentications. I'll think.
They'll check the destination.
Now, see here, that's where the net device feature will come into play. Okay. If you set it as enable, okay, what it will do, it creates separate virtual interfaces for H dial-up VPN, or I would say the dial-up client. Okay, so what will happen is if I have on this, if I have enabled on the hub, okay, if I have enabled net device, what will happen is when this VPN will be formed, okay, what will happen, it will create it as if, let's say, hub dial up _0. So how does it create separate virtual interface? There is a specific rule, the name of the VPN and the index number. This is index number. And when it will form the second VPN, it is going to say it is hub dial up _1. Got it? This is index number. Now you have two VPNs. So when you will create the route, you will create like here 0 and 1. Now it is clear? Like it is going through two different ports, correct?
Correct, sir.
Correct? This is what the challenge was. Okay. So net device will help you in that. Always remember, and this is an NSE 7 question. Okay. Net device does what? It creates separate virtual interface for each dial-up client. Okay. Unless you are not having this, you will not be able to create a static route entry for the dial-up clients. Okay. Getting the point? I'm not sure if you're listening.
Yes, I'm getting the point, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so this sums up our IPsec VPN. Okay. Now let me show you a quick SSL VPN as well. How to configure SSL VPN and like how you can, and that's a very easy one. Okay. SSL VPN. That VPN is not dependent upon, like IPsec is dependent upon which protocol?
IPsec.
Yes, correct. Right? SSL VPN do not use this protocol. It uses SSL handshake. Got it? TCP 3-way handshake. and then SSL handshake, and then the VPN communication will form. Okay. I believe I do not have to repeat the SSL handshake. That was all already covered when we are talking about the SSL inspection.
Yes, sir.
That's same. That is the same. Okay. So now let us come to the point why we need SSL VPN. Okay. Like you will, it's like I have got many times people ask that which is much more safer to use, SSL VPN or dial-up VPN? It's like IPsec dial-up VPN, right? That's a valid question. Which one is safer to use?
Sir, both are safer.
Correct. Both are safer. It's not about the safety perspective. Both are safe. Okay. IPsec gives you double encryption. SSL gives you the data transfer based upon the SSL encryption. Okay. So it's not about the safety. It's about the scalability. It's about the flexibility. Okay. SSL VPN gives you much more options as compared to dial-up VPN. Dial-up VPN is like constant. Let's say for an example, if you have a dial-up VPN, okay, connection, it will be very tough or it is not possible to get the internet working at the same time. Okay. You cannot have the dial-up VPN packet processed with reference to the users. Let's say for an example, I'm talking about the limitations, okay? Limitations of dial-up VPN. See what will happen is, I will show you the configuration as well. That will make more sense. So before I do that, let me create one small thing, okay? Okay, so I have created two users. One is Ramesh and one is Rohan. Okay, and after that I have created a user group under which I have called Ramesh and Rohan. Okay, so I have created a group for those users. Okay, and that group is called VPN group. Fine. Fine.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now we always prefer custom. Okay, and I advise you also guys not to use the wizards. Okay, that will make you lame. Okay, instead of that, go for custom. That will at least doing the configuration, you will be getting a quick revision of the concept into your mind because you have to configure it. Okay, so let's say for example I am creating dial-up. dial-up user, correct? Interface I'm mapping with the port 2. Port 2 is my WAN interface. So this is fine. I'm not changing anything else. I'm giving it as it is, what it is. Pre-shared key, I'm using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. Okay. Now, let's say for example, here. Yes, peer ID. Do I want to specify? I will give any peer ID. I'm not giving any specific peer ID. Okay, phase 1. Let us choose this. I will leave it as a default value. XAuth here. Enable or not. XAuth. I don't have any authentication server, so I will not be using that. Okay, let it be there. But I think I will not be able to use that as well itself. I use auto server. Choose VPN group. That is there. Subnet. Yeah, 00, let it be 00. Yes. It's done. Okay. So my dial-up VPN is configured. Okay. Here what I did is that I have added one authentication part as well. Why? I want my only the users who are falling into this group, VPN group, that is Ramesh and Rohan, they should only be able to establish the VPN, right? Of course, we have to give that. Correct?
Yes, sir.
You like may have some LDAP user group, radius or user group, any of the authentication dependent of the user group. The concept is, the point is that I have to define the user group in here that, okay, these users will only be able to form the VPN with me. Correct? Now,
Right.
I have a requirement. So like here you see, I have created a policy, right? Similarly, I will create a different policy for the dial-up now. Okay. Incoming interfaces. Of course, I'm going to receive the packet from the dial-up, right? Once the user is connected, right? And outgoing interface, let's say here it would be port 1, for example, port 1. Source would be, let's say for example, I'm taking all whatever the IP that you might have got. I have not assigned the IP range yet, but it's like I'm just using the all. Okay. Destination. So let's say for example, I want to send him, I want to give him the access to a server or to a PC, which is 192.168.1.10. Okay. This is done, right? So now once you establish the VPN with the dial-up, okay, and you are able to form the connection with reference to the port 1, dial-up, and then if you try to connect to the 1.10, you will be able to get the connection, right? That's fine. But my requirement is I want only Ramesh to have access to 1.10. Rohan should not be able to access 1.9. I can have such requirement, right?
Right.
Right. So how will I achieve that? So the best option would be that into the source only I will add Ramesh. That if Ramesh is there, then only match this. Correct? Correct. Only for Ramesh, right? I will go into the
Yes, sir.
user and I will map the Ramesh, right? Here.
Right.
And then I will press OK. Right? This looks good, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, but please note this is not going to work. This is not going to work. Why? Because your dial-up VPN, okay, it's an IPsec based VPN, okay. What it will say that just think of the flow. Think of the flow, okay. What it is going to say that I have matched the identity. I have checked the authentication with reference to the user group, that is the VPN group. Okay. And under that, I found the Ramesh, and Ramesh was able to establish the VPN. Mr. Ramesh wanted to establish the VPN. So I have checked his username and password and he's good to go. So now the VPN is formed. Correct. After that, whatever the data that is coming, it will simply come and like match with the rule with reference to the dial-up and port 1. This rule which we have just created with the username Ramesh, this rule is not going to match for anyone. Okay. This is not going to work. So this is the limitation. Okay. You will see that customers have configured this and they will say that it is not matching. It is not hitting the right rule, or like I'm not able to reach to the required destination. When you will check the debug, you will see that it is dropped because of policy match 0, policy ID 0. That means there is no policy, although you have configured this. Why? Because you have added a username. Okay, IPsec do not need that. Did you receive any error when I was trying to remove the Ramesh? Let's just when we are not adding the user, did you receive any error? See here, I can remove Ramesh apply. There is no error, right? Because it has nothing to do with that. Okay, the username is only to authenticate. Okay, you cannot it's like modify or like impact the behavior of the routing with reference to the username when it comes to dial-up VPN. That's the challenge. That is where the flexibility comes into the picture. Dial-up VPN do not give you much flexible options. Okay, let's see. Not this one. Why I'm not getting that option? Here you're not getting that. Okay, I might have that. Okay, just give a moment. Okay, I will just prepare one small lab. Okay, just give a moment. And meanwhile, just think if you have any doubt, just like let me know. FortiVM. Three. Okay, I'm just installing a firmware. Okay, 703 into my lab. It will take around 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, then I will start showing my screen. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so while that lab is getting up, okay, I will show you one capture, okay, a debug. Where it is, Zoom. Okay, so let me see if there is any confidential. Okay, so I think you guys do not use this video to share somewhere else, or like this is only for your purpose, right?
Yeah, so it's only for our purpose.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you guys do not share it anywhere.
No, sir.
Okay, 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 fine. Then I will record this because this is important. Okay, even if you review your videos, you should be able to see this. So I'm going to show you the debug, IKE debug. Okay, this is the IKE debug output with reference to the ADVPN. Okay, the shortcut tunnels. The issue is that the shortcut tunnels were not forming properly. Okay, it was forming with some other branches. It should have found with let's say for example branch 1, but it is forming the tunnel with reference to the branch 2. Okay, so that was the interconnection going on, which was forming the shortcut tunnel with the wrong spokes. Okay, I will share this screen. Do you see my screen now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, like I told you, shortcut ADVPN, right? We're talking about the shortcuts. Okay, I'm talking about the ADVPN. Okay, everything phase 1, phase 2 remains same, the same negotiation. Okay, what happens after that when you have a ADVPN setup? Okay, I'm not going to give you the complete in-depth details for this capture topology because that is it's like that is something which I would not be able to do so. Okay, so I'm just showing you the gist how it looks like. Okay, like I told you, first of all, shortcut offer will be sent, right?
Yeah,
After that, shortcut query.
quite.
So this is the capture on the hub. Okay, how I know that this is the capture on the hub?
Because hub will send the offer.
Yes, send type message. He's saying that I have sent the shortcut offer. So that means he's hub, right?
Right.
Auto discovery sender is enabled on the hub. Okay, hub can only send the shortcut offer. So he's sending the shortcut offer to where? This is the source, this is the destination. So 202.91.78.116, this is the hub. 122.185.103.54, that is spoke. Getting the point?
Yes.
Okay, now after that what happens? Here I'm getting a reply. Okay, I'm getting some sort of a reply, but focus on this VPN. Okay, ADVPN 621. Okay, 623. Now here I have received shortcut query. Do you see this _1 _3? What is this? Dial-up VPNs, right? I told you when the net device is enabled, a separate virtual interface is created, correct? And how is that created? Name of the VPN and the index number, correct? So the name of the VPN is actually this. Okay. But since it is forming multiple VPNs, so it is _1 _3 _2, you will see like that. Okay. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, now see here, there are two shortcut offers. One is towards this and the other one is this one, right? Right? So this is one branch, this is another branch. That's why you see here the VPN name ADVPN 6.2 _1, and for this 6.2 _3, correct? Right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Now, when here it says notify message received, shortcut query. So it is receiving on 623. That is, this query is received from this spoke, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, do you see any query received with reference to when I send the here? So I should be receiving a query with reference to this as well, right? So if I do this, let's say for example, shortcut query, control C, control F, control V, find all in current documents, shortcut queries. Okay. Notify message received, shortcut queries. Do I see this? Like shortcut query is received from 122.85.103.54. No, right? No,
No.
right? Right?
Right, sir.
So that means I'm not able to receive the query response from my branch 1, but I'm getting the response from my branch 3. So now if I have received the shortcut query, I will send that shortcut query towards whosoever he wants to talk to, right? See here, shortcut query. When it received the shortcut query, it is saying, I have received the shortcut query from this. This is the packet that he wants to reach to. Okay, 79.1 is his subnet and he wants to talk to 85.4. Got it? What it is doing? Route lookup. Do the route lookup for this. Where is this located? And it will send the forward the query towards that branch, right? Right?
Right.
Okay. So this is what the issue was happening. Okay. But here I was not able to see the reply. Okay. So the issue was that the branch 1 was not even responding to the shortcut offer. And also it was not responding to the shortcut query, which was sent from the branch 3. So that's why the tunnel was not, shortcut tunnel was not getting formed. Getting the point?
Yeah.
So this is the same thing which I have told you in here. Okay. The same concept. This one. Hub is going to send you the shortcut offer. You have to send me a query and that I will receive the shortcut reply. So if I'm taking capture on a spoke 1, I have to see shortcut offer and I will send the query and I have to see the shortcut reply. If I'm not seeing the shortcut reply, I will check on the hub. Have you received my shortcut query and have you sent it towards the spoke, right? If yes, are you receiving the shortcut reply? If not, then I know that the issue is here. Got it? See, if your concepts, that is why I'm more focused on the concepts from the first day. Okay, if you know the concepts, no matter how typical environment you get, you will be able to crack it within minutes. Okay, just follow the process, just follow the basics, how the packet flow should be. Okay. Okay, see here, this mode config. Okay, if you disable this, you will not get those options. Mode config enabled. Now here, what are the features that you can additionally support into that? Okay, I believe everyone is able to share my see my screen, right? And I'm audible as well, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay,
Yes,
okay, fine. So see here, if you want your users to use the system DNS itself into the mode config, you can enable this. If not, you just unselect this and here you can define whatever the DNS server you want to push to the client. Okay, whoever will form the connection with the VPN. Okay, you can do that. Okay, now this is the range. here you can define the range, okay, or any address group that if I will establish the VPN, which IP I will get, right? For every VPN, if I am going to establish a VPN, I will be getting an IP address, right? Right? So in the same fashion, whatever that VPN would be, okay, it's like if I'm going to establish the connection, I am going to get that IP. So if you want to give a specific range of the IP, you can define it here. Okay. Split tunneling. Split tunneling means what? See, what happens is, let's say for an example here, I have FortiGate firewall. Now my PC is here. Okay, I'm going to form the VPN on the FortiGate firewall. On here, I have created a policy. Policy is like, let's say for example, VPN to port 1. Okay, and it should be accept. Now, what will happen is, I have formed the VPN. Okay, what will happen? Even if I will try to access google.com, okay, that traffic will go into the VPN. Okay, and that will reach the FortiGate firewall. Now here what will happen? I have not created the rule to allow it over the internet, right? So now it is going to be dropped. Correct? Correct? So people will say that when I connect the VPN, I do not get the internet. Okay, why? So there are two solutions to that. First, I can create a rule that whatever coming from the VPN, it is allowed to the WAN as well, right? Correct? So that
Correct,
even the google.com comes into me, I have a defined policy and then I will send it out. Get it? But is it really needed? What if I am trying to access YouTube into my home, into my house? Do I need this YouTube into my, to handle this traffic over the FortiGate? That is an unwanted waste of my bandwidth. This is the corporate network and it should only and specifically be used to handle the corporate related traffic, right? So here the concept of a split tunnel. Okay, split tunnel. Split means dividing. So what I will do is, when I will enable split tunnel, I will tell that, look, I only need the traffic for, let's say 192.168.1.0/24. Okay, I am in the VPN, only this traffic is going to accept who wants to reach this subnet. If you want to reach google.com, use your own local internet, use your own broadband. Okay, that traffic will not come to the VPN, right? And how do you do that? By enabling a split tunnel. See, here. This is route print output. Okay. What is my VPN IP? 122.26.137. Right? See here. The default route is installed for my own IP. This is my IP. Okay. But if you see 172.26, if I want to reach this public IP, then I will be using my tunnel. Got this? If I want to go to this subnet or this subnet 192.168.0.0, then I will use my tunnel. Got it? Got it?
Yes, sir, got it.
This is the concept of split tunneling. That will install, it will install the route into your system that, look, I only want the traffic for this subnet. Okay, rest all, whatever you want to reach, YouTube, Google, or anything that makes you comfortable, go with your own internet. Don't come to me. Okay, I am only going to accept the traffic for these subnets. Got it? And how you will achieve this? Through the split tunneling. Okay, so this feature is there into your dial-up VPN. Okay, enable IPv4 split tunneling. If you enable this, it will ask you accessible network, which network you want the user to have the access to. Whichever network you choose, it will give the access to that specific IP or subnet only. It will only accept the traffic for that. It is not going to accept the traffic for anything. Got it?
Yes, sir. Got it.
Okay. So this is the concept of a split tunneling. Okay. Here, this is what you can configure. Okay. That means like you can define the client ranges, whatever the range that you want to assign to them, you can do that. Okay. You can define that my client will have the IP range like this, 10.10.1 till 10.10.10.100. Okay. So between these IPs, he can have anything. So I have defined that. So when I will try to establish the VPN with this, I'm going to get this. Okay. I'm going to get the IP from this range. Got it?
Got it. Got it, sir.
Now, so these are the it's like dial-up VPNs. Okay. So when I come to the flexibility, like for example, I want to give a specific access to a specific user. Here, I cannot define I cannot segregate the access of the traffic with reference to the user based. Okay. That means like Rohan is going to have something else. Ramesh is going to have something else. Okay. That is something which I cannot do into like dial-up. Okay. Okay. Now, here you see SSL VPNs. Okay. Let us come to the settings. So here you have to define on which port I have to listen. So that is listen on interface. Why it is saying listen on interface? Because you may define the SSL VPN on port 443 or any other port, custom port. For an example, 1443 or 10672, whatever random port that you want to assign, you can define it. But you have to tell the FortiGate on which port is he going to accept the SSL VPN connection. Like we have told the FortiGate into the IPsec VPN, right? That you have to take the connection on the port 2, right? We mapped the interface in the same fashion. We have to map it. Okay. Now, by default port is 443. If you want, you can change it to any other number that you wish to. Okay, 11443. That is also fine. Okay. Now, see here. See here. What are the options that it is going to give you? Okay. So whether you want to allow from any host, for an example, I can form the VPN with my phone, with my laptop, with my home system, okay, with my friends or with my colleague laptop systems. I can form the VPN with any device. Okay. If you are using this allow access from any host, if you are only saying that no, I don't want to allow from anyone. Okay. You have to come from a certain specific host. Got it? I can define that. This is the option which you will not see in the dial-up. In dial-up, anyone who has the username and password, he can form the dial-up VPN, right? Here, you can do that. You can limit your SSL VPN connection with reference to the specific system IP. Okay. This is the idle logout time. That means if your VPN connection is not handling traffic for 5 minutes, it is going to bring down the SSL VPN. Okay. That is what it is. Since it is an SSL, so that means of course it needs a certificate, correct? Because it has to do a handshake. It has to send the certificate to the client, because here when you are going to initiate the SSL VPN connection, you are actually client. and FortiGate is going to act as server, correct? So in SSL handshake, server has to send this certificate, correct? Okay, this is nothing new. It is, I'm talking about the SSL VPN handshake. Okay, so that's why you have to choose the certificate. If you want, you can use your own custom certificate, not an issue. You have to import that certificate into the firewall. How you will do that? Go into the system and then under the certificates. Okay, here under this you will see the option import. Okay, whatever certificate you want to import, you can import it into the firewall. Once it is imported, go back into the VPN, go into the VPN settings, and here you can choose that certificate, whatever you have imported into the firewall. Getting the point? So you have this option. Now, if you want, you can also request for the client certificate. Okay, you can ask that no system can form, no one can form with me from any other system. Okay, unless you have this certificate installed, you have to give me the certificate. How you will give him the certificate? How you are going to give him the certificate? Let's say for an example, SSL VPN. Okay, see here you have the option to add the client certificate. So you have to install the certificate into my system and then I will add that certificate here. Okay, and then I will form the connection. Okay, that because in the SSL handshake we know that once the server sends the certificate, server can also request the certificate from the client. Correct? And in that case, client has to send it. If you want the SSL handshake with reference to that, you can use this option. Okay, it is not going to allow anyone to form the SSL VPN who is not having the correct certificate. Mostly the finance companies, okay, they use this because they are very strict into the confidentiality of their information data. Okay, servers access and also they are not going to allow anyone to access their internal servers from any other their own local systems. Okay, so they are going to do that, but the concept is same. It is all about SSL handshake. Simple. Now here, like you want, this is the default IP range. If you want, you can define the whatever IP range you want to assign to your client. Okay, like I was getting 172 something like that, so you can define the IP range here, whatever you want. Okay, not only that, like in IPsec dialup, you saw that either you can say that whatever the DNS my system has, keep on using that, or if you want me to use some specific DNS when on the VPN, you can tell me that. Okay, I can you have to simply define that DNS server. Okay, now where you are going to use this? Let's say for an example, there is an application. Okay, there is some sort of an application which is hosted into your internal environment. Okay, and that application is hosted on a domain which is resolved by your internal DNS system only. So now, since I am working from home, so I cannot access that application because 8.8.8 global DNS do not has the record for that domain. Okay, so I'm not able to access that application. So I can only access that application if my domain is getting resolved. So there are two ways. Either I have to create a host entry file into my system, correct? I can create an entry into my host file, correct? Troubleshooting, guys?
Yes, sir.
Host file entry will resolve my domain. You might have seen that your IT administrator will say that, okay, just make an entry this into your host file and like save it, and you will be able to access some attendance application or maybe some sort of an leave application, correct? because those are intranet applications, intranet servers. Okay, that's why. So either you can create that or you can push your DNS server that look, this is the DNS server. Whatever DNS query that you have, send it to me. Send to that server. That server has the record and it will be able to resolve that. Okay. So this is the use case. Okay, and it is used widely. So now here, now you are going to map, state that, look, Ramesh or Rohan, whatever you want. Okay, for example, I will give Ramesh. Okay, Ramesh should be forming the VPN with reference to full access. Okay, and okay, go into the portals. I will tell you about the portals as well. Just give me a moment. Let me see if I can create a custom portal or not. Okay, I think I can. Custom tunnel. This is not a licensed one, so it is not going to allow me to create it. Okay. Okay, fine. It's not going to allow me to create it, so I will create it from here. Oh, I dropped that. Just give a moment.